Hello, everybody. Dan DeFedericis from Saratoga Report, and I am here with a special guest today to tell about something pretty darn exciting for Saratoga and really the entire region. Ed Lindner is the advocacy chair of Bikeatoga. Ed, it's going to be 90 degrees outside in a few minutes. How are you doing in this heat?
Well, I'm not riding my bike this afternoon. We'll save that for the morning.
Good for you. Good for you. Ed, Bikeatoga and the Saratoga Regional YMCA are teaming up on something pretty neat. Just the fact that you're teaming up itself, I think, is pretty neat. Can you tell us a little bit about the Bikeatoga, what it is for those that don't know, and about the partnership with the Saratoga Regional YMCA?
Thanks, Dan. Sure. And thanks for having me. This is the Saratoga Foliage Ride. It's a 2-day cycling event, October 7th and 8th, and it is a partnership between Bikeatoga and the Saratoga Regional YMCA. I think most people are familiar with the Y. They've been promoting healthy lifestyle, an active lifestyle in our community for more than 100 years. But if you're not familiar with Bikeatoga, we are a Saratoga Springs nonprofit. We've been around since 2005, and we are dedicated to making cycling safer and more accessible for everyone in the community. We're probably most well known for our bike workshop in the basement of St. Peter's Church. We take donated bikes, repair them, refurbish them, and then get them back out into the community. So just last year, more than Saratoga families adopted more than 500
And
bikes from
people
the
can
Saratoga.
walk in, Ed, right?
Yeah, people can walk in Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, and Saturday mornings. You should check our website because the hours sometimes change depending on if we have enough mechanics and volunteers. But yes, you can bring in bikes and get repairs if you need them.
As you know, I'm pretty familiar with Pikeatoga, and I think it is just a great thing. I'm sure maybe there's some similar things out there, but it's unique to me. It's the only I've lived in a lot of communities in the state, and this is the only one I know of this. Hey, back to the Saratoga Fall Foliage Ride, and folks, I'm going to flash a URL. You don't need to write down the URL per word. If you simply just Google Saratoga Fall Foliage Ride, the YMCA page specifically dedicated for this, so will come up. But Ed, if you give us a little bit of the outline more about it, and I'm going to start off by saying I'm an amateur bicyclist, in decent shape. Who? This isn't Tour de France, people. This almost anyone that is a bicyclist could do this. Is that correct?
Well, I think any reasonably fit cyclist who can ride 30 miles should come and join us. It isn't, these are 30-mile, 50-mile, and 75-mile routes. So it is geared to more active cyclists. But yeah, if you've been out and riding and you're in good shape, come join us.
And it's at their own pace, correct?
Yes. So this is a 2-day event. It's a cycling weekend, the 7th and 8th, as you said. We'll start each day with a healthy and hearty breakfast that's being catered by our friends at 9 Mile East. So you know that's going to be good.
Yes.
Leave when you want, and then ride at your own pace. It's not a race. There'll be rest areas, appropriately spaced, so you can stop and get a snack and some water and refuel. And then back to the Y and hopefully come back and see us again the next day. You can ride either day, Saturday or Sunday, or you can ride both days.
And this package includes some other nice things that I read about. Can you expand on what else it offers? I think I saw something about yoga and things like that.
Absolutely. So, the big thing is that we have routes that we have carefully planned out, routes that we like to ride, and there'll be what we call full SAG support, meaning that if you have a flat tire, somebody can come along and give you help. But in addition to that, in addition to the 9 Miles East breakfast, everyone gets a T-shirt, and we also get a day pass to the Saratoga Y facility on West Avenue. So there will be yoga and stretching classes in the afternoon just for the riders, and of course you can just use the Y facility. You can take a sauna, you can take a swim, and use those facilities as well. So it's kind of a whole package.
Great, and that this web page here, that the Saratoga Regional YMCA site, it shows some of the beauty. I believe you have some out at the battlefield. And is there a reenactment going on at that time? Could you expand on the rides
Yes.
themselves?
So the routes are different each day, as I said, 30 miles, 50 miles, and 75. And those routes are on the website. You can click them up and see where they go and how far you have to go. On Saturday, we're focusing on the Battle of Saratoga. Will actually be the 246th anniversary of the battle, and there will be reenactors in the battlefield park, in the National Historical Park, Continental soldiers and redcoats. So there'll be some musket fire and some cannon fire. And so that I think just adds to the fun and to it's a little history education there. On Sunday, we're heading out towards King Dairy, another of our sponsors, and that will be farms and foliage and just some beautiful scenery. So two different kinds of experiences on the 2 different days.
And you're going to have some horse country parts of that route as well, right? Which day?
We are blessed in Saratoga County and around Saratoga Springs with many horse farms. On Saturday, we will be riding Fitch Road, which local cyclists know as the home of McMahon Thoroughbreds, where Funnyside was born. But there are other horse farms on that road. There are horse farms on Burgoyne. So yeah, that combination of stunning fall foliage and the rolling hills and the horse farms, it's really, get on your bike. It's a good time to ride.
Yeah, my description of Fitch Road is, drive a mile down Union Avenue, turn left, and you're in Kentucky. That is that beautiful there.
It's really lovely. So we ride it all the time. We want to introduce other riders to what we enjoy.
Yes, and listen, folks, if you're not sold yet, and you should be, but if you're not, go to the webpage. There's a YouTube video on there that Ed took from that shows some of the scenery. It's well done, Ed. Whoever did the editing and so forth, I really like that video. Check that video out, folks. You'll be sold. And Ed, you've also, that webpage has a list of, or a link to some hotels with some special rates, correct?
Yes, we do have some hotel partners, thanks to Discover Saratoga, the Tourism Bureau, who's working with us on this. So, yeah, if you're coming from out of town or if you have friends coming from out of town, check the website for those links because there are some hotel deals on there as well.
Right. And I understand you'd be happy to take on some volunteers, correct?
We really need volunteers just like everyone else. A button on the website, and you can go right to a Survey Monkey that will let you sign up. I'm sorry, a Sign Up Genius, but you can sign up for a shift and help us out. We'd appreciate that.
Folks, what two great organizations, proceeds going to these organizations. So if you don't want to bike for 30 miles, you can still be involved in this great event. So Ed, and what I'm also going to ask viewers here is, if you're anything like me, you've got friends from all over the state, all over the Northeast, and if you're on social media, those friends follow you. So we can draw, help draw some people from both inside the area, but outside the area as well. Ed, I think your target was maybe the Northeast or New York State to get some outside people and to enjoy this great event. It's the inaugural event, by the way. So you could say I was there for the first one. Anything else you want to add on this little thread here?
Just come out and join us. It's going to be a great weekend. And Dan, thank you for helping us get the word out.
Excellent, Ed. Thanks for joining us today. Folks, post this on your social media because you've got friends that are, avid bicyclists that who wouldn't want to spend October 7th and 8th. And I'm going to guarantee it's going to be 60 degrees and partly sunny that day, right here a month out. Let's hope you have great weather for it as well, Ed. But fall in Saratoga Springs, you just can't beat it. Thanks for
You
joining
pretty much hit it, by the way. That's the average is 61 degrees on that date in Saratoga Springs. There's only a 20-something% chance of rain. So crossing my fingers that you haven't jinxed us, but it should be a gorgeous weekend.
Yeah, excellent, Ed. Thanks for joining us. October 7th and 8th, folks. Go to the Saratoga Regional YMCA webpage to find out more.